Folks, the United States of America has a rule that every child must go to school. But such is not the case with the college education. Perhaps you might have heard that the college education is more for elite people. But in the last few years, the world has changed. Now, if you want to go to college while you're working, or you can go to college and do part-time, all of that is available. I'm going to introduce you today to the online university called American Public University. They have also the American Military University, and they are in our studios. Beth LaGuardia, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having us.
And Daniel Benjamin, thank you for coming in. And I'm glad to see that you're from the front office and you're from the back office, because we're going to learn what the American Public University or the American Military University online, what does it do? First question is American Public University accredited?
Yes, indeed. And that's a really important question. A lot of students are looking for measures of quality, and accreditation is an important part of that. That's actually something that's voluntary that schools seek with an independent body, and it's a measure of quality and continuous improvement. And indeed, we're regionally accredited.
Now, you have 50,000 students enrolled. Tell me, how old is the company, and when did you guys start it, and how did you get started?
Okay. We were started by a Marine Corps major back in 1991, so nearly 20 years ago, when online learning was actually very new, and at the time was really correspondence courses. And the intent was just to provide education for those people who are really mobile and transient, and particularly in this case, the military. We were started as American Military University. And he was looking for a way to help those folks who really wanted an education, but really weren't able to be in a place where you could go to a traditional university. So he started this university, and then 10 years later we added American Public University and became a system, American Public University System.
What is the difference between the two of them?
Well, actually, they're the same. The curriculum that they offer is exactly the same, the professors and students, and in fact, you may be in class with students who are AMU students as well as APU students. But what's different is really just the brand, the positioning. And the reasoning is we started here as American Military University, but a lot of students really wanted to go to school under a different name, either because they weren't in the military and didn't feel that association, or they were in the military and they were seeking more of a civilian degree or a civilian brand associated with their education. So we offer the two, but they're really the same curriculum.
Daniel, you are the brain, the tech behind the online university. How do you present the courses?
The courses are presented within an asynchronous format where we have discussion boards. There's a lot of interactivity using various kinds of media, whether it be text or whether it be chats or whether it be video chats and so on. So we use the media format that's appropriate to the subject, and we allow every class is different, so the professors have a lot to deal with what they have. But what students come here for is to get a quality education. When they leave, they want something they can use on the job. So we're very market driven and we're very market focused. So when they graduate, they have all the credentials and the capabilities to be able to function and be a productive member of society.
Now, you said it's market driven. So are the courses directed at a particular profession, or they are just like we learn history and civics and the others in the regular university?
Okay, first thing is they are academically sound. So we are not a career school, so we don't prepare people for jobs. We are an academic institution, so they're academic driven. But when I say the market driven, if there are some topics that are in the ancient world, some traditional schools continue to teach them for whatever reasons, we make sure if it's not going to be applicable in the marketplace, we don't want you to kind of go up a scale a wall that has nothing on the other side. So whatever we give you is going to be help you to be productive on the job. And that means you have to understand the academic theory, the empirical data and analysis and all that, but also the environment and issues that are relevant in the marketplace. As an example, in one of the cybercrime shops classes that we have, you all have heard about that MySpace mom issue. When it was reversed the last time by one of the higher courts, in the appeals, it was discussed in a class that started 2 weeks later. So we keep it current because cyber laws are being developed all the time.
That's right.
So we don't want to teach you laws that are 20 years old. You cannot function in today's society. So we make it very current. So we make it relevant to the market.
How do students interact with the university? Can they ask questions on video? Are they talking to the professor on the video? Can they chat with the fellow students on camera? I mean, how does it work?
Okay, excellent question, because that's kind of the number one question when you think of a face-to-face brick and mortar school.
Yeah.
What we can do is we can do high fives in this online classroom, but short of that we can do everything else. In fact, there's much more interactivity in online because we understand that's one of the issues, as opposed to in a face-to-face brick and mortar situation. And I've taught in both. I know students just sit at the back, don't interact with anybody, they still do well in school. In the online format, you do not have an option not to participate. You have to interact. So some of the tools are we do use discussion boards where it's just text-based. Within those discussion boards, you can post audio and video comments too. But the strength is in it being asynchronous, because if you're talking now and I don't understand a subject, I just have to nod my head. But if you posted that on a discussion board, I can go and research it and come back and give you a better response. So the level of learning is much deeper and higher.
There are students, folks, that are in a hurry to graduate, and there are students that are not in a hurry to graduate because they don't have time. So online university, American Public University, I guess can offer, whether you want to do it in 2 years, a 4-year diploma, or 10 years, a 4 years diploma.
That's the beauty. It's very student-driven in that sense. So you can pace yourself at the pace that makes sense for you. If you have free time in your life at a certain point, you can choose to heavy up on your course load and get through the program much more quickly. We have a lot of students who do that. Then we also have students who spend 7 up to 10 years completing their curriculum, and that's because they have the freedom to do that with our program and know that they can continue to meet their other commitments on the personal and professional side.
How many students are online right now as we are speaking?
We have nearly 60,000 students.
Average age of the student on online?
Is about 30 years old.
Fantastic.
And if I can add a little real-world scenario, at the last graduation that we went to, with the numbers that Beth just told you about, one lady walked up the stage. She got her diploma, and